Welcome to the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. Over the past couple of months, I've gotten to work with some incredible people and gotten to see some elite level athletes and coaches do their thing, which has inspired me to push myself even harder in my own workouts. The thing is, I'm not getting any younger and recovery just isn't what it used to be. That's why I've started using Receptra Naturals CBD oil products to help fuel my recovery and keep me off that soreness struggle bus. Receptra Naturals Active Lifestyle Blend is packed with naturally occurring cannabinoids, antioxidants, neuroprotectants, and a proprietary blend of essential fatty acids to help keep you sharp both mentally and physically. Say goodbye to icy hot. Receptra Naturals also has a targeted topical that works wonders for joint and muscle inflammation. You can check them out online at www.receptranaturals.com or give them a call at 303-CBD-1663. That's Receptra Naturals Pure Hemp Extracts for Life.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz. I'm here joined via FaceTime with my man, Yusuf the Moroccan Devil Zawal. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing really good. So you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself right now, coming off of a big win, another finish in that Paramount Contenders card for Factory X, co-main event. How was that for you?
It was pretty good, man. I followed I knew that fight was gonna go that way, so I kind of stick to the game plan. I kind of have fun, and it went pretty good actually. So I'm impressed with myself. So. And that's the goal, is to impress yourself and everybody else will be impressed. So
That's awesome, man.
That's pretty good, yeah.
You definitely displayed a lot of, a diverse skill set. You talked in our last time about being a complete mixed martial artist. I think you lived up to that.
Yeah, so all these guys were like, all the hype was, they're gonna strike, they're gonna try and knock each other's head off, blah 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 blah, and then all this stuff. I don't know if you seen the interview. I think, was it with you? I can't remember in the interview. I said I would get the submission, and
you did actually. That was with me.
So
yep.
I was just like, I told these guys, like, I'm trying to be a mixed martial artist. I'm not a kickboxer. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not this and not that. I'm just a mixed martial artist in general. So it was kind of a dope moment to see everybody's reaction. So that was amazing to see that.
Definitely, man. I mean, you're definitely not short of any sort of charisma or character out there. I think you put on a hell of a show for the camera and everything right after for anybody who got to see the live cast.
I usually let the emotion run. I don't control them. That's my emotion in the moment. So.
Hey, you gotta have it, right?
There we go. And it makes it fun for the people. So that's good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll say it from my standpoint, sitting right down there, that was awesome being able to see, everybody up close and, obviously having a vested interest in watching, you guys that I've had the opportunity to work with. It was an awesome night to be out there and to be a part of.
Yeah, it was actually, I was surprised how many fans I had in the building. As soon as I walked out, I was like, holy crap. I was like, God. It was like a extra motivation kind of. It was just like, wow, like this. It's like kind of my hometown type of deal. So it's kind of like, it was an awesome feeling to feel. And yeah, I saw you guys, Peanut Gallery, all you guys sitting at the table. I saw my family, and it was everybody in there. So it was an amazing feeling. It was an amazing show too. So that was good.
That's awesome, man. So you definitely put in a lot of work up to this last fight. You worked on your ground game, but your striking still looks sharp as ever. That kickboxing was on point. There was the other, on the amateur side of things, on the undercard. There was the other gentleman from Morocco, and I told everybody, I was like, watch, this dude is just gonna be a kickboxing wizard in there. My boy Yusuf said kickboxing is a thing in Morocco, and he went out and put on a clinic too. So you guys made me look real smart.
Moroccans all they do is kickboxing. So that's the number one rule we do. Is like, usually when we get to MMA, it's kind of the first time you got to learn a lot of ground game. So it's kind of like, you just start a new sport. So it's kind of like you got to adapt to it. So, and it's after that we just put on some fun shows. I tell you that.
That's a good thing, man. So I kind of talked to everybody that I've worked with that fought on the card that night. What did it feel like to you to be a part of such a big team night as far as the success? You know, going 6 for 7 on the night.
Oh, it was a whole different feeling, man. It was like first we didn't fight for a while, and then one day after one day after one day after one. So it's kind of like you kind of have to get your focus going, and then kind of focus on my teammates. I'm out there yelling and watching my teammates fight, so it's kind of like I'm coaching and trying to get ready for a fight too. So it was a crazy feeling, but the motivation they get you after the wins, they come back to the locker room, and then more lights comes into the locker room, and then more you just brighten up, and then just brighten your day up. But I mean, in the end, you still focus. It's your fight at the end of the day, so it's kind of I stick with my focus, but I'm still focused on my team, and see where they be at, because your team is you. So, but at the end, it's you in the end. So, but it was a dope feeling for sure.
Oh, I could only imagine. So that being said, obviously, a big win for you in the co-main event. What's next?
We talking some talks for LFA and stuff like that. So we'll see what they say. So
okay,
we'll see what they say. I should be having fight news soon. So you guys keep stay updated. Keep you guys posted.
Absolutely. And just for the people out there listening, where can people follow you online so they can keep up to date on that fight news?
Oh, you guys can follow me on Instagram, the Moroccan Devil, same as Twitter and Facebook, just Yusuf Zalal, and that's pretty much it.
Perfect. So make sure that everybody out there listening, you follow Yusuf online. That way you see when this big fight news breaks, you're the first ones to know.
There we go.
So it's been kind of a big week in general in the fight world with some shakeups and some news and announcements that's been out there. What's your thoughts on the whole Tony and Khabib situation?
I don't know. I think that fight has a curse. They never will fight. So it's kind of like one get hurt, the other person get hurt. Now the other person got hurt. So, but this is the crazy part about this sport. You have 45 and moving up to 55 and fighting probably one of the best grapplers out there in the UFC. So it's kind of if you don't challenge yourself, I feel like you're not doing the right thing. So it's kind of like I love what Max Holloway is doing. So that's pretty dope to see. And then of course it's a crazy shakeup in this sport for sure, especially this 6 days notice. They offered it for Eddie Alvarez. He was too big to make 55. That type of deal. And then they offered it to Brian Ortega too.
Yep. And then I saw that Ortega was just because, Holloway obviously is the bigger sell or bigger story to, he just didn't respond in time. But either way, I mean, I feel like that's going to be a crazy matchup because...
Oh, I'll be watching.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be watching.
Do you think Holloway can tag Khabib? I mean, Khabib has shown in that Michael Johnson fight that he can get tagged. Do you think that that's something that Holloway might be able to capitalize on, or what's your thought?
Oh yeah, everybody's human. That's the thing I learned is like everybody can get hurt. I don't care who you are, you're gonna get hurt. It's in a fight you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna feel some problems, but it's just see how you come back from it. So that type of deal. But and I mean we seen Khabib come back from it and got I think American Kimura. Yeah, he got a Kimura or something like that, and then out wrestled Michael Johnson. So it's kind of like. But in the end, we gotta remember Max Holloway started off when he was young, but look at him now. He's a champ. So if you're the champ, that means you fought them all. So
definitely. Well, and Max Holloway, I kind of just love his take on it all. His whole "it is what it is" mantra in the first place.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But then he said, this is, he basically told his manager, when the manager brought the opportunity to him, he said, fuck it, bro, this is how legends are made. Like.
I mean, yeah, it's he has nothing to lose for it. He's still going to be a champion of 45, and then plus you get some chance to make a lot of money in that fight, and then you win, you shock the world. So that type of deal. So it's kind of like all odds go to you. You have nothing to lose. So. I mean, I would do it if I was in his place. It's this sport. You stay ready, so you have to get ready.
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of clamors out there that how crazy is it that he just pulled out of last month's main card event and is ready to go for this one. But I mean, it's a difference of his foot was he broke his foot another 4 or 5 weeks ago, whatever, prior to that card happening. So I mean, it's not out of the line to say that he's good to go now.
Yeah, I mean, we could say the same thing for Tony. Tony's saying he wanted to fight, but the doctor said no. Max Holloway wanted to fight, but the doctor said no. So who would believe,
Absolutely,
So,
I gotta ask you this: do you think Tony was walking around with sunglasses on inside?
of course, easy.
Yeah, and that's why that could be why he tripped.
Yeah, I mean, I hate those people that wear sunglasses indoor stuff.
Yeah, that fight was definitely cursed, though, man. So, some sad news, unfortunately, too, out of Factory X camp. Matt Brown is out, unfortunately. Did you?
Yep, yeah. I was actually, I saw it in front of me. It's kind of like, I was watching that cage round, and then I turn around, and all I see is Matt Brown down on the floor. And then it was like, he gone.
God, that's awful, man.
This is what this sport is about,
Yep.
Injuries can happen any second, so even we're close. Remember, whenever they get closer to the fight, more injuries comes up, more problems come in. So
That's the truth, man.
you just kind of gotta go with it. So and that fool still wanted to fight. So I never seen a crazier guy than Matt Brown. I swear to God, he's oh my God. It's kind of motivational to kind of see, like, wow, like this is at the highest level. Look at how they act. Like it's their first day. That type of deal. So it was it's an amazing training him.
I can only imagine, but I mean, Matt Brown's toughness, his, tenacity in that respect, that's why he's who Matt Brown is, I guess.
Exactly. And there's a lot of respect for Matt Brown, win or lose, so everybody knows that.
Absolutely. So I have to tell you, man, I have to tip my hat to you since the last time that we talked, and, I kind of shared it with you when we were at the gym the last time when I was talking to you, but that talk that we had the last time, you really kind of, you changed my life, man. You gave me a much more, I guess, insightful or a positive way to look at life, so I gotta thank you for that, man.
Of course, man, that's what we do, that's what we're here for, that's where people are here for, to help each other. People help me, and then I just got to give it back to people. So that's how I got raised, and that's how I trying to go. Like, see people down, trying to get it, just give them that little push. That's all we need. Is that little push. We might slip a step or two, but it's a little bit push, and then we get you there. Everybody was born a superstar. I was actually just watching this video. It was like everybody in this world it's kind of like it's kind of like you can do what you want to do. It's just you need that extra push. That's all you need. It's got hump a little bit and then you're good to go. So it's kind of like, I mean, if I was the same way, I know my coach, my teammate, or you, and anybody will come up to me and be like, and kind of help you up a little bit. So it's an amazing thing to see, to be honest. So, and I'm glad that I kind of helped you with that one. So.
Absolutely, man. Like you say, I'm forever grateful on that side of things. What we well know the sad circumstances of how life kind of takes you, and just having that little bit of extra, that little bit of push, like you said, that was enough to keep the proverbial cart on the tracks, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
But
yeah, that's the big thing right there. Is kind of get you back in track. It's kind of instead of stay off track. So that's the biggest thing, to be honest.
Definitely, man. So we talked about last time. You've got some business aspirations. Have you made any moves on that yet?
Not really yet, because the LFA we were talking to LFA, so I'm kind of talking to my manager and talking to them, so kind of see where we at. So, and then from there, to be honest, and then we can think about it, because Ramadan is right after May. I think it's in May, so it's kind of like. Let's do it in there and there, so it's kind of I can have more time to focus on it because I will not be doing a whole lot, so that's for sure.
Makes sense.
There we go.
Yep, definitely, man. So would you be, would this be in terms, I know they were talking about on the broadcast of the contenders card the last time that you would potentially be in line for a title shot. Is that something that's possibly in the mix, or is this going a different route, or?
That's what they wanted me, fight for a title. So I was like, let's talk to my manager. That's what I said.
Okay.
Like I told him, I was like, I really don't care. I can fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter to me. I'm ready. 365 days. I mean, it is what it is. I'm ready for a whole year. I'm not playing around. I'm not sitting 6 weeks, get ready for a camp for 6 weeks, and none of that. I'm ready the whole time. So if the opportunity comes in, I'll take it. But if not, stay where I'm at. So.
Makes complete sense. Got to stay ready, be ready for those short notice opportunities
but
too.
They know that title. They know that title is mine. I'll tell you that. They know. Ain't nobody gonna take it but me. I'll tell you that. Watch.
I mean,
watch my words.
I'm sure if you get a chance, you're definitely gonna give it everything you have, and hopefully everything falls in your line.
Hopefully, I know it will soon. Watch.
Oh yeah.
Watch.
There's been some big stuff for you guys lately out there nationally too. I just watched the Glory card this last weekend. That was a pretty good showing overall. Your team captain fought on the card. It was he fought a hard fight.
Yeah, this is the amazing part I see. It's kind of like you see how guys kind of after a loss, it's not really a loss. It's kind of like a learn, and then new sport, new everything. It's kind of like new rules and stuff like that. So it's kind of you seeing what the mistakes are. He comes back and then he's more determined to train than anything. So it's kind of motivational to see it with the vets, and then for me as an upcoming pro guy. So it's kind of like I see all this stuff and I kind of learn from it every time. I just take some from everybody that fights in this gym. I just take some advice, notes that I see, all that stuff, and I kind of learn from it. So it's you can still be down at the highest level. So it's just how you come back. So it's kind of like you're not always gonna be on top. You're not always gonna be the hammer. Sometimes you're gonna be the nail. So it's kind of it's just how you come back and how I learn from it. So that's what I try to do. Is kind of see everybody where it's at and kind of take notes and advice as much as I can. To be honest. Makes
sense. How advantageous do you think it is for you being, you're just the ripe age at 21, how much of an advantage is it to you to know that you're learning all these things from the top levels or from the top guys at such a young age?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of a blessing to me. It's like I really don't have, the younger, the more you can recover, the more all this, that. But it's more like kind of like, I don't have nothing to lose, but because I've been doing this since I was 11, but MMA it's only for 5 years, 4 years, so it's kind of like I put in my time to this one, so I have nothing to lose, but I have to learn, or I don't want to be average, I want to be non-common, like a person that not, like the coach said actually like a week ago, it's like choose to be all in, that type of deal, kind of like that. So it's kind of like I don't want to be like these guys, like, oh, you fight locally, blah, blah, who cares? I want to be at the top. I want to change my life, that type of deal. So it's kind of like I have to learn from other people and stuff like that and take the advices and stuff like that. So that's what pushes me every time, to be honest.
Oh, I can totally relate there. I mean, you gotta think like you're at that level to ever achieve that level, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've learned a lot from you guys in your entire camp about, just the mental side of things and about how you use mental manifestation to help you achieve what you have on the board for your goals.
Yeah, remember, everybody can learn the physical part, everybody can learn the technique part, but it's all up here. If you control this, your world will change.
Yep, absolutely, man. You teaching any classes today?
Today, yes. I'm teaching my open class from 7 to 8.
Okay.
So it's an intermediate, beginning to intermediate type of deal. So it's a lot of fun actually too. So yeah, I teach classes every day in this gym until my only days off are like Friday and Saturday that I don't teach. That's it.
Okay. what's the breakdown for the people out there listening, in case anybody's out there looking to learn some more from you?
I mean, if to be honest, you guys can come in and Factory X and try out one of my classes. To be honest, and then you see where the knowledge is at. To be honest, and then let me help you, help me. So that's that type of deal.
Absolutely. So for everybody out there listening, make sure that you check out Factory X out there in Englewood in beautiful Denver, Colorado. Got some of the best doing their thing over there, mixing it up.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, so we kind of just wrapping up some of these loose ends here. Is there anything else out there you want to share for the people? Any final words of wisdom?
Man, I just want to thank everybody for the support. It's kind of been amazing, especially after the last fight. It was an amazing feeling too. For my family, my girlfriend kind of pushed me that extra push, like I was talking about. So it's kind of like it's an amazing feeling to kind of share that moment with her and me, and I want to thank, of course, all my sponsors. Receptor Natural, Denver Chiropractor, my manager Jim, Factory X, Landau Performance, Lockton, and all that stuff. It's amazing to see all this support and stuff like that. So
it's awesome, man. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Much support. Always there to support it in any way possible, especially that next card. Do everything I can to make sure that I'm right there and going crazy, screaming my lungs out just like the last time.
It'll be exciting news. Just keep stay up.
Make sure we will out there. So once again, where can people follow you online just so they know when that fight news is coming?
At the Moroccan Devil for Instagram, and then same at Twitter, and then Facebook it's Yusuf Zalal. Make sure you guys give me a follow.
Make sure y'all follow Yusuf, the Moroccan Devil Zalal, online. That way you keep up to date on all of his fight news and just see everything is going along for him in training and all of his updates there. This is Comments from the Peanut Gallery. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz. On the outro, we're going to be playing NSQS from Beyond Bridges, a Colorado rock reggae group. Make sure you check them out on iTunes. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Yusuf.
Thank you.
Tall. The poor boy sits at home just waiting for her call. And the clock strikes midnight, and the telephone rings. And on the other line he hears a sweet voice sing. And when you go, the world moves so slow. And when you go, I feel so alone. And when you go, the world moves so slow. But when you go, I feel so alone. Down. His headlights blazing as he heads towards her town. And the street lights faded, and the air was so cold. Her house up on the hill was now a pile of stone. And he hears no voices as he walks all around. The house where she once lived had fallen to the ground. And he finds a letter, and he reads it aloud. He can only think of her as he crumbles to the ground. And when you go,